Hello, friends, and welcome to Believe in the Dallas Cowboys on the eve. I guess the eve is the day before. On the eve of the Cowboys attempting to secure the number 2 seed in the NFC playoff picture. How about them Cowboys? I'm Jeff Cavanaugh. Hold on, my buttons are way over there. Hey, I pointed the right direction. He is former Cowboys wide receiver. It's counterintuitive. I am pointing out of the window in my studio, and I would think you would be to my right, but I have to point to my left to get. Don't worry. Who cares? God, and there's so many people who don't even watch the video version who definitely don't see. See, you wanted to point the other way. He's Jesse Holly. He's a former Cowboys wide receiver. He's a sweet man. You can check him out on Unfiltered with Jesse Holly. And once a year, you can see a picture of him making sure that, I don't know, 16 million kids have Christmas because he's a sweet, sweet, loving man. Go, Jesse Holly, go.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
And we got a Cowboys party with you. But first, with the NFL playoffs right around the corner, NBA season's in full swing, BetOnline has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores, with additional odds, lines, trends, info. All of that is on desktop and mobile. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head there today to get into the action and see all the updated odds. Remember to use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, Jesse, how you feeling? 2 days away.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Ready to rock and roll, man. Ready to get this day started, this weekend started. This birthday's coming up. Getting a little bit older. Birthday's coming up.
Yeah. How old are you going to turn? When do you do that? Is that 40?
40.
When do you turn it?
Monday.
Oh, my gosh. We're like the same age. What are you going to do? Do you want to have a party? I'll come.
Well, this is the time of year where I normally fast. So I'm fasting.
And I'll eat for you.
Well, yeah, sure. that's the way to do it. Sit across from me and just chow down while I'm sitting there looking and starving. Today's been 4 days. Today's been 4 days. No food, only water, and a lot of prayer.
I can't believe that you can do that. I have pizza in the fridge. Do you want some?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
How long does the fast last?
The fast lasts all month, but I do 7 days of just water, and then on my birthday, I'll start juicing, and then I'll juice for the rest of the month.
How much weight are you going to lose?
Oh, a significant amount.
Is that part of it, or is it a mental, spiritual thing?
It's a spiritual thing. It's a reset. It's a cleanse. It's a believing something for the year, giving back a tenth of the year back to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But the result of it is, of course, that you will lose weight. So I guess there's a benefit at the end of it all. The blessings will come. All that will come, and then I'll maybe be able to take my shirt off again and look sexy.
Yep, we'll get some comments on youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh. Like, football talk starts at 4 minutes, and you are right, and I apologize. And I just want to get that out. That was a mocking tone that I used for the potential commenter, but you're right. Welcome to talking about the Cowboys, getting ready for the Commanders, and the new guys that are now part of the team. Two things that I think are most important that I want to get your thoughts on, Jesse. You tell me which one you want first. New guys or Washington's approach to this game?
Washington approach to the game because the new guys are on the practice squad.
So I've been trying to scour because if anyone has taken in a lot of what I do sports-wise, you will know that don't nobody like a good tanking more than me. I mean, let my team start 0-2. And I'm ready to tank. It does not take much for me to tank.
You are Captain Tank.
Washington currently has the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. Losing would be good for them. But I have seen some stuff, but nothing concrete from their practices that some of their bigger names may not be either doing much or anything at all, like Jonathan Allen. I think I saw Cam Curl's name. So in this scenario, what do you, if you're a member of the Cowboys, have to stay on guard for? You're 2-score favorite. You're better than them. They're playing for nothing. They may have some of their more important players that'll be their long-term not playing, maybe. But a head coach who hasn't been fired yet, I bet he will be. But a coaching staff that hasn't been fired yet, they'll try. Guys who are playing for contracts and to keep being in the league, they'll try. Like, players can't tank, coaches can't tank unless the coach is in on it and knows he's going to be around for the benefit of it. But it happens every year. A crappy team wins when they shouldn't and ruins their chance to get their future quarterback or whatever. Houston tried to do it last year. So what are you on guard for if you're one of the Cowboys walking into this game?
Well, one, we're terrible on the road, right? We'll start there. We'll start there that we have not had a significant road win this season. And so, you want to go out there with an opportunity to win the division, the potential opportunity to win the division by winning this game.
You got to be great on the road one time so that you don't have to go on the road until the NFC title game.
If I'm Mike McCarthy, I put up on every TV screen, in the locker rooms, in the bathrooms, in the training room, in the food court, everywhere, the score of last year's game, 26-6. They absolutely whooped you with Sam Howell and company. You walk into that game thinking they would just lay down, and they wouldn't. The third thing is while some players, some may have packed it up, there are some, and you and I both know this, who have bonuses on the line. There are players, whether it's a sack, whether it's tackles, whether it's receptions, whether it's touchdowns, whether it's interceptions.
For guys who it might be sacks, I need to look up their team and see if I can find any of them. Holy crap, the Cowboys might be able to run the ball this week. If all the guys over there are like, I got to get my sack, you're like, hey, guys, look, here's the thing. He's playing with zero discipline. We could go right there.
Yeah. So, there are a couple of guys who I think, like Terry McLaurin is probably – I'm sure Terry McLaurin has a bonus in his contract that if he reaches 1,000 yards in the season, he gets something. Well, Terry McLaurin's at like 976 yards or 36 yards or something like that. He's close to 1,000 yards. Again, a guy like Sam Howell, who's looking for an opportunity to say, hey, I do belong in this league as a starting quarterback. I know that you went with Jacoby Brissett for a little bit, but hey, I want to go back out here because you're giving me another chance to go back out here and prove myself. I would love to, it's always kind of, what have you done for me lately? I would like the closing of the curtains to be a memorable show of what you had of Sam Howell. There's a bunch of other guys who, like you said, playing for future contracts and so on and so forth. And then, of course, now, I don't know just how much. I think Ron Rivera is a nice guy. I think that this was one of the players liked Ron Rivera. And so there's always that one of, hey, let's win one for the coach on our way out. And then it's the Dallas Cowboys. Like, what better way to end your year than knowing that you were the reason why the Dallas Cowboys did not win the division? Right? Doesn't mean that Washington's not advancing anywhere, but they can leave knowing we screwed your season up, Dallas. Now you have to go on the road this year and try to win it all. So, I mean, there's a couple things that this team can be playing for. And then I think finally it's the desperate theory, right? Anything can go in this game. All right. We've already been knocked twice, two or three times this year on fake punts. Watch out for the fake punts. Watch out for the fake field goals. Going forward on fourth down. Eric Bieniemy by nature is I'm going down the football field, right? By nature, that's who he is. Expect more of that. So there's a lot. If I'm a Dallas Cowboy player, I'm walking into this and I'm saying we cannot sleep on this team. But I do believe, and I'll say this in closing, if you give them a reason to quit, some of them, their toes are already dipped in the warm waters of Tulum, of the basking of the sun in some South American country. The reservations are already booked. Give them a reason to quit, and they will fold up their tents and go home. But if you allow them to stay around, and I said this to Nate Newton yesterday, and athletes, I don't care who you are or what sport that you're playing, it is almost in every one of us, the monster of competition. If I see that there's an opportunity for me to go out there and win a play or to win a game, I can't help myself but to compete. I can't help I'm just not going to let you stand over top of me and whoop me. I just can't do that. The man in me, the pride in me. But again, if the game gets away, I go, all right, brother, you got it. But if it's close, that competitive monster that you can't turn off or turn on, you don't really control the switch to it. It just goes as it goes. That will be there if this game is pretty much close in the third quarter.
Okay, so now on to the next thing. The Cowboys have added a couple of guys. Right,
Who
especially this week, Lael Collins and Damien Wilson. And so, yeah, that's what I think naturally wonder is that we can look at, or at least I can look at the offensive line this year. And now that you get Lael Collins back in the mix, I'm going to tell you what I think is the best thing about having Lael Collins back in the mix is a mental thing. The best thing about it, don't make weird faces and think that I'm going Throatzilla. I'm not. Dak loves him. I just think it's fun for the locker room because those two love each other. They're besties. And if there were a fight, Lyle will be the first dude to come out there and punch somebody in the face, and that's great. But Terrence Steele has had struggles. Tyler Smith tore the plantar fascia, although everything that I hear is that once you rip that bad boy clean in half, you're about ready to go. So I don't know if he'll play this weekend, but surely he'll play in a playoff game. The odds we see Lael Collins at all, whether it be this week or next, I would imagine he's just a dude that you're like, yeah, he's played guard. Yeah, he's played tackle. Yeah, we know him. And if disaster strikes and we run out of people, yes. But I would imagine he is 100% break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah, I think the same thing. But my bigger concern is, can Lael Collins play football? Like Lael Collins, I get it, right?
I'm a friend of the family. Watch your damn mouth. I bet you're a friend of the family, too. I bet you've met my friend. You watch yourself. His little brother is one of my best friends. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I love LC, but yeah, his body had a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I have nothing against LC at all. But my question is, can he play football? That's all I care about. Can he play football? It wasn't like he was just cut yesterday and all of a sudden he went through the waivers and the Cowboys jumped on him. Nah, he's been out there for
it's rare you pull a free agent off the streets in January that's going to help you.
and so that's my biggest thing is, can Lael, because you hear the magic words, right? You hear the magic words, oh, a reset. Oh, how do you feel? My body has felt the best it's ever felt. Well, that's
usually an August thing. That's every August. Everybody feels their best ever.
That's a lie. I can tell you something. I can tell you right now. My body has felt the best it's ever felt. I'm turning 40 in 3 days.
Well, his mind, because he hadn't been doing football. I bet he feels great until he does some football.
But that's my biggest concern, and I think you hit it right on the head. That Lael is a break glass in case of emergency. But we don't know. We do not know if he is capable. Well, he's capable of playing football. We don't know if he's capable of playing
NFL football. Yeah, and apparently he worked at left guard yesterday, like just initially in at guard, which probably makes the most sense because you are talking about the area where you just had somebody get hurt. What I do wonder is if, and we're going to do some if is a fifth. If his body has held up and you play him into shape, it still wouldn't matter this year. But I do wonder if we could just go right back to a position battle that's a few years old, where you look around and you go, Terrence Steele, you were bad. You were bad. Remember the guy that we got rid of so you could have that job? He's back. We're going to see if you can get that job again. But I don't think you can understate how bad you've been at right tackle. And I also don't think you can understate how unrealistic it is to think that Lael Collins could do that job tomorrow either.
And this is how you move on from both. Have one as a backup, possibly.
I don't think you can move on from Terrence Steele because they just paid him.
Well, Terrence Steele, probably not. But this is where you begin to retool your offensive line. I think this is what you're saying in the scenario that you're giving, and it surprised me. This is a surprising one for me when it comes to you. Maybe it's the love that you may have for Lael Collins, but between your left tackle and your right tackle, with one having a poor performance and one having just a body of just poor upkeep, just won't stay healthy for him. This is where you have to start planning for the future. Seriously, like right now, you have to start putting pieces in place that are your future, not any more Band-Aids. We've been putting Band-Aids on certain things, and we've been getting by. And Tyron, when he's playing, it's actually a really good thing. But you know that he's gonna miss 4 to 6 games every single year. And those 4 to 6 games will cost you. They will cost you. At some point in time, you'll look up and you'll go, God dang it, if we didn't lose, we didn't have Tyron. It's now time when you head into the draft and start saying, hey, let's look at Wisconsin. Let's look at Iowa. Let's look at Oklahoma. Let's look at some of the teams in the Pacific West where they have.
I think it's more of
the
a
big
Midwest
boys,
thing. I think it's more of a Midwest.
Well, no. So I'll give me some of the island boys. Give me some of the thick. Give me some of the spam boys.
Okay.
Now, boys from over there. Don't luck if you buck with you. I'll rock with those guys. I'll rock with a few Samoan guys. But let's start working in that. Let's start putting some resources in that. We wasted a first round pick on a guy who we don't even know if he's going to play defensive tackle next year. Now he's lost 30 pounds in January. Where is he going to play next year? I have no clue. I have no clue what that project is now with him. But hey, let's start really putting an emphasis on this offensive line, because you're getting ready to pay Dak, you're getting ready to pay CeeDee Lamb. You're going to bring in some. You're not going to franchise Tony Pollard again. You're going to go with another corporate running backs. But if this thing is going forward, if you're saying Dak will be my quarterback for the next 3 to 5 years, then I need to protect him. I need to have some young studs up there that are ready to go, that we can develop, that we can grow in-house, sprinkled in with some veteran guys. And now we're cooking with grease. But this whole retread thing that we keep trying to do is what puts us in these bad situations, at multiple points of the year where we're missing guys, or guys have these all-out bad seasons.
See something. We might have finally reached the end. We have. This is the end of Tyron Smith's contract. They're actually there. This is it. You could have an offensive line next year. There's a world where your offensive line next year is Tyler Smith. Now, Terrence Steele isn't really cuttable, so I guess he would be here. But Biotish is up. Tyron's up. If Zach decided he were done, boy, howdy. Hey, they need to win the Super Bowl this year. We got some stuff to worry about once this run's over. Let's just go on this run, damn it.
And I don't want to hit the argument. Tyler Smith is not playing left tackle.
He might. If you have a fully blank slate, you might let him. I would never move him. I think he is your next Zach Martin. I think he's the next 10 years beating ass.
He is your left guard. He is your left guard for the next.
He should be. Predictions. This is impossible because I don't know what Washington's going to do. I would say if I were betting with the spread, I think it's like 13.5. I'd probably take the points, because I think at some point you're wearing baseball caps if you're Dallas. And by the end of it, it might be a 10-point game. But give me like 27-17 in a game where the Cowboys do enough early to get out of there and Washington sucks.
Yeah, give me 33-10.
Oh, he's saying they cover. See, now people don't know how to bet it because we've disagreed. He's probably right. They'll probably beat the brakes off of him. I'm good with that. Anything you want to add before we get out? Okay. Remember.
No.
You have no idea what anyone's going through. So be cool, everyone. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingency.